Feli.
This is Frank, my puppy.
And today we have a story for you. Today, Feli will read a story.
Yeah, and Puppy will act it out.
I don't know the story, so we will see.
And it's called Guinea Pigs Online.
Okay.
I'm going to read chapter 1 to chapter 2. 1. Benny. It was springtime at number 7, Middleton Crescent. The guinea pigs were doing their spring cleaning. Outside the sun was shining. The birds were singing. The trees were turning green, and the flowers were humming with bees. It was the right time of year to make everything spick and span. Fuzzy and Coco were listening to their favorite radio station, Animals Extra, while they tidied up their hutch. Fuzzy jiggled in time to the music as he put bits of cereal that had fallen out of his bowl back into it. Coco hummed along as she pushed the nice, fresh hay into one corner and arranged her hairbrushes and bows in a neat row. Then Fuzzy organized all the vegetables that were going to eat for their tea. He put the cabbage leaves in one pile, the sweet spring carrots in another pile, the broccoli stalks in the third pile. And he ate the last bit of watercress because he couldn't think what else to do with it. Those vegetables look delicious, Fuzzy, said Coco. He scuttled over. I'm starving. Do you think we can have a break nap? Tidying up was hard work. She was glad they only did it in spring. The rest of the time, their owners, Ben and Henrietta, tidied up for them. Fuzzy looked around the hutch. It was perfect. Even their poo tray was tidy. Yes, let's take a break, he said. I'll tell you what, why don't we go and see if we can find Eduardo? Eduardo was Fuzzy and Coco's friend, who lived at the bottom of the garden in the copse. Ben and Henrietta didn't know that the guinea pigs could let themselves out of their hutch and wriggle through the old cat flap into the back garden whenever they wanted to see their friends. Good idea, said Coco. She wondered which bow to wear. Something pretty, she thought for spring. Yellow, maybe, the color of daffodils. She was just tying the yellow bow when news came on the radio. This is Animal Extra News. We have just heard that the Strawberry Park Animal Rescue Center is to close. Coco stopped tying her yellow bow. Fuzzy stopped trying out his dance moves. They both listened carefully. The animal rescue was where their owner, Ben, worked. Reports suggest that all the animal cages need replacing, but the center does not have enough money to cover the cost. Peggy from Pets to Go. The pet shop next door has taken in all the animals until homes can be found for them. Ben Bliss, who runs the rescue center, has said that he will have to cancel the popular Easter fair. It is believed that the center will be sold. Coco started to cry, and even Fuzzy had a tear in his eye. The Easter fair was the best thing about Easter. The rescue center was decorated with yellow balloons and spring flowers and open to visitors all day. There were music, chocolate, and games. Lots of animals were adopted and went off to live in lovely homes for the rest of their lives. And the fair was due to take place in only 4 days' time. Just then, the guinea pig friends heard the front door bang. It was followed by the sound of sobbing. Someone blew their nose loudly. "It's Ben," Fuzzy whispered. The guinea pigs whispered as Ben's footsteps went down the stairs to the kitchen. They peeked out through the wire out of the hutch. Ben was covered in sawdust. His clothes were very, very dirty and his eyes were red from crying. He went over to the fruit bowl. Fuzzy and Coco watched as Ben took some of his favorite big green grapes and went back into the hall. This was very unlike him. He usually came over to say hello to Fuzzy and Coco first. "Poor Ben," Coco whispered. "He must be terribly upset about the rescue center closing. I wish there was something we could do," Fuzzy sighed. Scratch, scratch, scratch. "What's that noise?" Coco asked. It was coming from the hallway where Ben had gone. Just then, Ben came back into the kitchen carrying a cage with 3 big padlocks on it. The corners of the cage were bristled with extra screws. It tipped from side to side in his arms. Scratch, scratch, scratch. The noise was coming from inside the cage. Whatever was inside seemed to be very keen to come out. "Stop struggling," Ben said, trying to keep the cage level. Crash! "What was that?" said Coco. The crashing sound had come from above them. "Ben's put that cage on the roof of our hutch," Fuzzy squeaked. The hutch rocked. "That's it," said Ben crossly. "I've had enough. You made a total mess of the rescue center. You chewed through all the cages, just when I was trying to get everything ready for the Easter fair. It's thanks to you it's got to a close. You're staying here until you've learned how to behave. Then we will find you a new home." "It must be one of the animals from the rescue center," Fuzzy whispered. "Why does it have to come here?" Coco complained. "I mean, it said on the news that the animals had gone to Peggy at Pets to Go." She didn't like the idea of having to share Ben and Henrietta with another animal. She liked things at number 7, Middleton Crescent, just the way they were. "Don't be like that, Coco," Fuzzy said. "It's only going to be here for a little while, until Ben finds it a new home." "But we don't know what sort of animal it is," Coco squeaked. Ben handled all cages of animals in the rescue center. "Just try and be good," Ben said with a sigh. "No more chewing or burping or farting. I'll be back in a little while, when I've showered off the sawdust. Don't go away." He disappeared back again. Thump, thump, thump. The guinea pigs glanced upwards. This new noise was coming from the cage. Thump, thump, thump. Coco nudged Fuzzy. "Go and have a look." "No way," said Fuzzy. "I'm not having a look until I know what sort of animal it is." From the amount of thumping that was going on, it sounded very large, but you won't know what it is until you have a look. But they were interrupted by another sound. Chomp, 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 chomp. Fuzzy gulped. "It's definitely hungry." Coco began to tremble. It couldn't be Renard, could it? Renard was the evil fox who lived in the copse. "I don't think so. Ben will never bring him home to live with us." Chomp, chomp, chomp. The eating continued. It got louder and louder. It got nearer and nearer. And then there was a crack in the wooden roof of Coco and Fuzzy's hutch. Then another crack. And then cracks everywhere. And then the roof crashed to the floor. Fuzzy and Coco clutched one another in terror. Then, to their surprise, the cutest, fluffiest little baby bunny they had ever seen landed into the hutch. She was white all over with black ears and big eyes. The baby bunny looked around her. She looked at Coco and Fuzzy, who were still gazing at her in astonishment. She looked at the tidy hutch and at the pile of hay in the corner and at the clean poo tray. Then she hopped over to the neat piles of vegetables Fuzzy had arranged for the guinea pig's tea. She munched the tastiest cabbage leaf, turned around and she did a big poo on top of the rest of the food. Plop, 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 plop. When she'd finished, she turned to Fuzzy and Coco. Hi there, I'm Benny.
That's Fat Rabbit.
Yes, it is.
That was a nice story.
Yep, and
Yeah.
that was the end of chapter 1.
Okay. Then I hope you liked it, and
Bye!
bye-bye. Till the next time.